All right, breaking news. The Pelicans are sending CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second round pick to the Wizards for Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and number 40. Now, this is a interesting deal for the Pelicans' sake. I'm a big fan of Jordan Poole. Obviously a younger player than CJ McCollum, but he's kind of a worse version of CJ McCollum, but again, younger. Who knows how Jordan Poole will look the coming years? He might look even better going forward, right? And not even a couple weeks ago, like a couple days ago, I made a video saying that the Pelicans should be trading for Jalen Green. And this is very similar, right? And I would say Jalen Green has more upside. But a couple days ago, before the Kevin Durant trade, I was saying how they can make it a 3-team deal, flip Jalen Green to New Orleans for Herb Jones and Kelly Olynyk. That was my deal a couple days ago. So instead of Jalen Green, they get Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole is actually a better player right now, but the upside is higher for Jalen Green, in my opinion. Sadiq Bey is a solid player, and they now have pick number 7, number 23, and number 40. So the Pelicans probably aren't done here, but it's really not much to say about the Pelicans. It really comes down to Zion Williamson. If Zion's there, we can have a real conversation about this team, but I just don't know what to expect from Zion going forward. But the idea of Messi, Zion, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Jordan Poole, I like that, kinda. But Jordan Poole is like the same age as Brandon Ingram almost. Jordan Poole is 26, BI is 27. I understand there was a lot more going on there, a lot more politics involved, and why it probably made sense to move on from BI, but I don't know. I don't really know what the Pelicans are doing exactly, but I'm a big fan of Jordan Poole. He did have a career high shooting the 3 this year, and if that's real, right? When Jordan Poole is knocking down his 3, he looks amazing. It looks like he can get to wherever he wants on the court. When he's not knocking down his 3, he looks very guardable, kind of like Jalen Green, right? So we'll see what happens there. In the case of Washington, they are operating like a straight NBA 2K team right now, and I like it. Because come this year's trade deadline, or even maybe tomorrow during the draft, right? But for sure at this year's trade deadline, they're going to be able to get first round picks for Chris Middleton and CJ McCollum, because a contending team is going to need exactly what they bring. A team like the Rockets, right? I can see the Rockets saying, you know what? We need one more shooter on the team. We're going to go get CJ McCollum. We're going to go get Chris Middleton. A lot of teams, any team that's going to be competing for a championship or just a playoff spot next year is going to be trying to get one of those guys. The Pistons, I could see it happening. So I understand what Washington is doing. Not only are they positioning themselves to get more first round picks, and I didn't even mention Marcus Smart, who I don't believe you're going to get a first for, but again, another contending team might want Marcus Smart at the deadline. But not only are you, setting yourself up for future picks, you're also putting great veterans around your young players. Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum. Is Malcolm Brogdon on this team still? Now, I believe Malcolm Brogdon is a free agent, but Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum, Marcus Smart, even Corey Kispert, who's kind of an old guy at this point on this team, are all guys I can see being traded at the deadline while the Wizards' young guys get more run. It is kind of a logjam right there now. I mean, they got rid of Jordan Poole, so it's not really a logjam. You got Bub Carrington, you got Koulibaly, AJ Wilson, probably another player I'm forgetting about right now. They got a bunch of young guards, and they might take one in this upcoming draft. So I like it for the Wizards. For the Pelicans, I like Jordan Poole a lot. I'm a big Jordan Poole fan. I thought he would be an all-star, after the 2022 finals. I thought he was on that type of trajectory, and maybe he still is. Maybe he reroutes and gets back there. But if you were to ask me, if I'm the Pelicans and I could have the option of Jalen Green or Jordan Poole, I would have went Jalen Green. And I think they could have got Jalen Green pretty easily, right? I think maybe not this CJ McCollum deal, and maybe they're valuing Herb Jones a lot. And I get that. I love Herb Jones. So, but if they could have got Jalen Green for Herb Jones and Kelly Olynyk, I kind of like that deal, but it seems like they're trying to win right now, which I also don't really get. But I would have rather had Jalen Green. I would have rather had a 27-year-old Brandon Ingram opposed to a 26-year-old Jordan Poole. Next year, BI will be making 38 million compared to 32 million for Jordan Poole. That is kind of a big difference, but not really at the same time. I don't know. I don't love it for the Pelicans, but let's see what else they do this offseason. Maybe there's another big move. Maybe they can offload the DeJounte Murray contract on somebody. But yeah, I don't think CJ McCollum or Chris Middleton finish out this year on the Wizards, and they might be setting themselves up very nicely going forward. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please like, comment, subscribe. It will mean the world to me on the road to 10,000 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.